Hi Tubies, here's your Alexander again, and today we have a closer look at the sprues from the new starter box. Well, I didn't want to let you guys wait, but as you can see now is really nice sunshine here in my room, and I can show you the pieces directly with the best quality. So the first sprue we are looking at is the limited edition chaplain that is in the box. That's this one here. So let's have a closer look. This sprue itself has very much similarities to the new Warhammer Fantasy plastic character models. It's one sprue, one character model, and here we have a pre-designed base with a nice design. So here we have the front torso part of the chaplain. Really nice details. The detail level of these miniatures in this box is absolutely stunning. Then we have here the back side of the miniature with a backpack and the robe, and also one leg already built in. Here's the back side of the front part. So here we have the head. The head you can actually exchange if you like. So this is a normal Space Marine head. Well, obviously chaplain head. And then we have here the arm with a Crucicus Arcanum. Also really nice in detail, but you have to be careful. You see here this little spike, it's attached there, and it's quite fiddly to remove this, but well, you must be careful. I would prefer to cut here and here to release the tension if you are cutting. Then cut here, and then start to remove these. So here we have the plasma pistol. Some chains on there. Yeah, I must say, this is a really nice model. Like I said before, this is the one from the limited edition. Well, you won't be able to buy this later. It's only available in this box. But other than that, I think this sprue is a little indication that the new plastic character models will be also available sometime in the future for new releases from Warhammer 40k. I guess for Chaos and Dark Angels, when their Codex books arrive, this is quite something we can look forward to. So now let's have a look at the sprues itself from the real box. So this sprue here you get 2 times, and we will start right here, and on top here you have 4 Dark Angel Space Marines. So each one of those 4 you get 2 times in the whole box set. So let's turn them around so I can place them closer to the camera. They are from the detail level better than the Black Reach models, but I find it quite a downside that this side here is modeled directly onto the miniature. It's for a beginner painter quite hard to remove this symbol. For example, an Ultramarine player, well, it's quite obvious that he is not very interested in this sprue. So here's the second one, and the next one. Other than that, they are also very nice for beginner painters. They are easy to build together. Only like all the snap fit miniatures, just attach the bolter and the backpack. Upper backpack, here we have first, There we have one with some parchment papers on it. And there we have another one with a Dark Angel symbol. And here again one with a tiny little sword hanging here. This, I fear this will break off very easy. Here we have a bolter also with a little sword from the Dark Angels. So now we come to Chaos parts. Here we have very interestingly designed Chaos Space Marines. So you have here the arm, bolter, a part of the shoulders, and the head on this part here. Here is the backpack everyone is talking about. The Chaos backpack with tentacles holding and reloading the bolter. This is quite interesting. So, here are next backpacks. So I guess those backpacks here, you can cut away this little parts here and use them for normal Chaos Space Marines and mix and match those parts. This is absolutely possible. So this part goes on the front of this Chaos Space Marine here. There you can see the trim of the shoulders are missing. So this version of making models is quite an indication that these miniatures were computer designed and not with green stuff formed. And as I've heard, they fit together quite easily. So here you have the bikes. You have here the leg part of the biker already built into the bike itself. You have the Raven Wing symbol. Here's a bolt pistol attached. And here's this wing thing. But if you don't like it, it is quite easy to remove, I guess. And if you put them together, you can actually use other Space Marine parts to put on top of that. It's quite possible to modify those miniatures. So here we have the Chaos Cultists. 6 pieces. Here we have some weapons of them. Here we have one of the Terminators. That's very interesting. The front part here is actually very compatible as it seems to the normal Terminators. So if you have a front part that has not the Dark Angel symbol like here on front and you like that better, then you possibly could just simply slot that in there. So obviously we have one of the Terminators, and this Terminator is twice in the box. That's all of the miniatures here. Here we have the other cultists. Chaos Scum. I like these respirators here. They are really neat designed. So this one here, I guess is, this here in front. Very nice design. So that's the sprue number 1. Here we have the front part of the bike. Bolter, stone bolter for the Terminator. Also here the Terminators have also here the Dark Angel symbol. Well, at this stage it's more easy to cut them away and use the Terminators for other purposes than with the Dark Angel Space Marines. As you can see here, the Dark Angel symbol goes over the lid of the shoulder pad. It's harder to remove. Well, so let's come to the next sprue. Let's keep the best for the end. This is the only Dark Angel sprue here. Here you have then the third bike. This is the Sergeant. Also, again, the legs are built in here with a little cloak. Here we have the biker arm. Here's another one. And I guess this one here, this part, you can actually replace with well, normal Space Marine parts. This looks quite normal to attach with a normal arm. Also this one here. I always look out for conversion possibilities in those kinds of boxes. Here we have also the Raven Wing symbol directly attached to the shoulder pad. But, well, you could possibly cut this away and replace it by a normal biker arm, if you have one spare. Here's another one. Yeah, this is nice. They have here plain shoulder pads. So here's the body of a biker. And as you can see, if you cut this here away, you could possibly use this model actually for a normal Space Marine. Yeah, and here's a normal slot for a backpack. And you could exchange the body with a normal tactical Marine, for example, or a Blood Angel, or whatever you have. This is a nice detail here, a little ammunition floating around here. So here we have one of the Terminators. Also very interestingly designed. This one here is not to be put together with the Terminator stuff, or I guess. Well, here you can place a backpack from a normal Terminator, I guess. I have to check for this. Here we have his back with a built-in chain fist. So unlike the Black Reach Terminators, they are quite more yeah, agile in the pose, but they are stuck in this pose. Quite like the Space Hulk Terminators. But nevertheless, really nicely designed. Here we have the assault cannon. This will be a little bit harder to remove. Here we have the front part of this Terminator. Really nice with his bolts here in the legs. Here we have the Chapter Master. Oh no, not Chapter Master, Company Master, sorry for that. Very nice, the ropes. Here's the front part. Let's turn that quickly. Really nice sword, two-handed sword. That's one of the biggest swords I've ever seen. I guess this sword is even bigger than the one from the Terminator Captain. Quite interesting. Yeah, here we have the front part of the Librarian. So there we have the Librarian itself. So let's turn that around again. Yeah. Also very interestingly cut. Absolutely computer designed. Here we have the sword of the Librarian with imprinted runes. Well, I really like when the stuff is on top of the blade because it's one, easier to paint, and well, if you don't want it, you can remove it. When you have it graved into the sword, that's quite hard to achieve. But this, in this case, very nicely designed. Yeah. So what's missing? This Terminator here, front. Here's the other biker with a plasma gun. Plasma rifle. Here we have the plasma cannon for the tactical marine. Again a backpack. What else is on here? Here's the biker sergeant. The torso. Here we have another backpack. I guess this is also for the biker sergeant. Or for the Space Marine sergeant that we have here. Here's the back of him. Here's the front of him. Also very interestingly designed with the head and the arm here. This is one piece. So if you want, you could cut the head here and turn him. Yeah. That is sprue number 3 actually then. Oh, here I have forgotten the Terminator Sergeant. Here's the front of him. And by the way, here's the back part of the Terminator Sergeant. Look at this here. This is absolutely straight. But if you look on the website, on the painted 360-degree miniature, the back side here is, well, a little bit destroyed. I was curious if this is actually molded into the miniature or not. And as it turns out, it's not. So, now let's go to the last sprue. Oh, sorry for that. So, here we have the only chaos sprue now. Let's start with the lightning claws here from one of the chosen. Also interesting design. I like this design much more than the design from the normal Space Marines. Here we have the fitting body to this. The detail level is stunning on them. Well, the normal Chaos Space Marines, they absolutely needed a revamp, and I think that is quite fitting here. Here also you have the hand with a bolt pistol and parts of his shoulder pad, I guess, and part of his head here. Interesting, very interesting. And there we have the beast itself, the new Chaos Dreadnought, the Hell Brute. Here's the back of it. Like a living creature. Absolutely brutal in design. Here's the back of the Chaos Lord. The little pelt here. Here we have a part of one of the chosen. Oh, I like this backpack here with a spine going on. Really stunning work. The sword of the Chaos General. From the design, very similar to the sword of Abaddon itself. Abaddon. Here we have the multi-melter. Well, one part of the multi-melter from the Hellbrute. Here we have one spare feet. Here we have the big power fist. Chin guard here from the Dreadnought, Chaos Dreadnought. And here we have the front part. Very interestingly designed. Here you have teeth in several layers. Then on top of that is that here, with also some teeth. And where's the head of the beast? There we have him. Absolutely nice. Yeah, I know, I'm repeating myself. Here's the Chaos General. Well, I fear the horns here. They look cool, but they are easy to break off. Very easy. They are very slim. Well, here we have one of the cultist sergeants with a mask, quite similar to the Blood Pact. Quite nice. Here we have the power axe of one of the Chosen. Here we have the sergeant from the Chaos Space Marines. I like the detail with the third eye here. I think he would make a really nice Chaos Sorcerer if you give him a different weapon than the mace. Here's his body, I guess. Yeah. And here, last but not least, we have the other sergeant from the Chaos Cultists. The design like he was once an Imperial Commissar. Interesting design. Yeah. So, that was the look at the miniatures for this box set. Now let's have a close look at this one here. So this is the starter book, and I must say this is quite nice. This is quite like the old days from Battle for Macrach. Macrach in the set. You get step by step taught how to play this game, here with quick reference rules, how to move, how to shoot. Again, how to shoot. Then close combat. On this pages here. Then going on, close combat. Also all in full color. Then another page of close combat. Moving. Again. Shooting with the Dark Angels. Here's the Hellbrute. And what is quite interesting, this Chaos Cybot here, or Dreadnought, sorry for that, Hellbrute, has no frenzy rule anymore. So you don't have to roll for him if he goes crazy. So these days the Hellbrute is going to be a viable option, and I think several Chaos Space Marine players will use this model and modify it, give him other weapons, or use old Dreadnoughts out of the pit of their bits box. Whatever. So, and what's also interesting at this book is the following stuff. Here's a little bit backstory. But here are some special missions in this booklet. You have, like I said previously in the Battle for Macrach set, you have here several missions only with the miniatures here in this box, but you can extend them if you want quite easily. So you have a little bit addition to the missions in the rulebook. Yeah. Really nice. So a little bit of commercials, and in the back quite nice painted miniatures. Yeah, and that was the look at the miniatures and the booklet from Storm of Vengeance. I hope you liked this little video, and we see us in the next one. Your Alexandra.